Alright, this is the package you're going to get. There's only a few pieces to this, so it's really not that bad. You can set the little cummerbund aside, that's already done for you. And I've already put the cuffs on the sleeves. So other than that, you've got 2 sleeves, a binder, or it goes around both edge. You've got a back, and 2 fronts. Alright, so the first thing you need to do is put the fronts to the back at the shoulder seams. So the best way to do that, this fabric is so slippery, it's not fun to work with. So lay it out, this is the back. Take one of the fronts, and you want the shiny sides together. These are the shoulders. Match up your little notches and pin them. Pins are your friends with this shiny fabric. And you're just going to take it with your sewing machine and just run a stitch here and run a stitch here. So I'm going to go do that, and we're not going to video that part. So I just sewed these 2 shoulder seams, which is what we just finished pinning. And it's going to be easier for you as you go if you press your seams open. And don't forget that because of what kind of fabric this is, it's polyester stuff. You want your iron not to be on too hot of a setting. All right. So the next thing you want to do is pin your arm sleeves in. Your sleeves in the armholes. So you want to take, stuff just slips everywhere. You want to take the shiny side again, which is this side, and find your center, which is here. So this is my center. This is my shiny side. You want to put that, lay this down so you can see it better. Alright, so there's the back. These are the 2 fronts.
Just the way you pinned it.
So this is the center of the shoulder. That's the center I just got, that I just found. And so you just want to pin that to hold it and keep working your way around. You'll sort of match. Wait a minute, I got this one backwards. If this is the little notch and that's the big notch, then I got the wrong sleeve. So I've got to do the same thing except with the right sleeve. So here's my center. Here's my center. Shiny sides together.
Which means dull sides out, right?
Yeah, they call it right sides together when they're sewing. Now my 2 big notches are together, and they're not going to line up exactly. This is just a costume. We're not going to worry about taking our time to make everything exactly perfect. Alright, so that's half of one sleeve pinned in. I'll finish pinning this one and then we'll stop the video for a second. See, those aren't going to be exact, and it just doesn't matter. Alright, so that's one sleeve pinned in. I'm going to do the same thing over on this side. Alright, so these are my sleeves that have been pinned in. I'm just going to sew them together, and honestly I'm not even changing my color thread. I'm just not worried about it. So you can see I'm using black because that's what I already had in the machine, and I'm just going to keep using black. it's so slippery and it's so thin that you have to keep feeling underneath to make sure that you're not catching any wrinkles, because we don't want to start pulling seams. That's a real pain. And see, I have a wrinkle that's starting there, so I need to make sure that I get that smoothed out. So as you're going, just take it slow and just keep feeling for any wrinkles underneath. Gosh, I hate this fabric so much.
So positive. Positively hate it.
Alright, so that's one sleeve in. I'm going to do the other side, and then I'm going to show you how to sew it together. I've just sewn both of the sleeves in. Now what you're going to do is turn the whole robe inside out and lay it on something. And you're going to sew this whole seam from the arm to the floor. And the important thing is to get these cuffs lined up right. If you get the cuffs lined up right, the hem doesn't matter, because the hem is going to not be exact anyway. We're going to trim that later. So you really want your cuffs lined up. And like I said, the more pins you use, the easier it's going to be for you. There's a couple notches here. They should line up fairly well. Well, they're not exact. I should have pressed my seam open here. I'm just going to hold it for now so that I don't take the time for the video. I'm just going to open up that seam a little bit. And what you're going to find when you get down to the bottom is that they're not going to be exactly the same lengths. Don't worry about that. Just for right now, all you need to do is sew these side seams. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to sew all of this all the way down. I'm going to do the same exact thing over on this side. Alright, so I've sewn up the side seams. I'm going to turn it right side out so that you can kind of see what we've got. So now, the part that I hate the most, actually, is this band. This band has to cover up all this raw edge on the front, all the way from the top down to the bottom. Hey, so the first video that we made, we were using 4 pieces. We were using the arm, the back, the fronts, and a band that goes around. Let's look at this. It goes around this is the band. And this band is a real pain, and I'm trying to make this really easy for you girls. And so what I've decided to do is nix the band, and I'm just going to serge the thing. So we're only going to work with 3 pieces. We're just going to do the arm, the back, and the fronts, and that's all you have to do. And you have to put a hem in. So the video might not be well edited because we didn't want to spend a lot of time on it. So just don't worry about anything that's referring to the band. If you get these pieces together and you get the arm sewn on, the fronts and the backs put together, and the hem in, get them back to me, and it'll take me 20 seconds to serge that front, and it'll be just fine for on stage, because nobody's going to look to see that we spent 20 minutes working on a band around the front. It's just not worth it. Okay, so I'll just get those back and I'll serge them. Thanks. The last step is to lay it someplace, even if you have to lay it on the floor. Spread it all out. We're assuming this band is secured, so it's going to look like that. And you're going to have different lengths for your hem, because I had to customize it and each piece wouldn't come out exactly right. All you need to do is take the shortest one and even it up. These robes are going to be plenty long. They don't have to be exact. So just make the longer pieces line up with the shortest piece, and then just hem it. And the way I'm going to hem it is just the simplest way that you can hem. I'm going to fold it up one time and press it. All the way down. And press that seam open. I'm going to do that all the way across to the other end. And then I'm going to come back, fold it one more time. So that there's no raw edges showing. And I'm going to do that all the way across. Then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, run a stitch, and I'm done. And then my robe is done. So that's it.